Welcome to Medical Malfunction, and today we're going to talk about out-of-pocket maximums, or as I like to call it, free healthcare the hard way. I would say that when it comes to out-of-pocket maximums, usually you tend to look at that, or maybe you don't, whenever you're doing your annual elections, annual selections, annual family plans, and those numbers look absolutely huge, right? You say, oh, I'll never spend that much, even on the whole family. But maybe you do, or maybe you know you have some things coming up for the year. Maybe you plan your FSA and your HSA accounts around something you're planning to have done, or maybe you're getting hit with a surprise diagnosis, like, oh, maybe you got a little cancer that you didn't know was coming, or maybe you have some unexpected I don't know, it could be a diagnosis, or it could be something that, accidental. It's hard to say, of course, year over year, unless you have chronic conditions you're already managing and planning for. But this is what insurance is for, right? So when you go in to look for different types of plans, you already have a little bit of an idea about, what each one means, the HMO, the PPO, the POS, and we talk about those in separate topics. But what does the out-of-pocket maximum mean? The out-of-pocket maximum is basically just what it sounds like. Once you've spent, it depends on how they calculate it, but usually they calculate it based on what your co-pays add up to, what your co-insurance adds up to, and then they base it based on in-network and out-of-network expenses. And some things don't go towards your out-of-pocket maximum. Obviously, there's some things they don't calculate at all, but even your FSA expenses and HSA expenses go towards that maximum, thank goodness. So when you're making your plans for the year, and especially if you know you're going to have a procedure, or you've got conditions that you're going to manage every year anyway, put the maximum in there, especially if you know you're going to spend it, because you'll definitely feel a lot less, I'll say, burn at the bowl when it comes to healthcare expenses if you've got that money set aside and all you have to do is take it out of that debit card or take it out of that savings account. Much easier. But the thing about out-of-pocket maximums is once you hit it, everything is free. That's why I say it's healthcare, free healthcare the hard way. So I think I've hit it 3 years in a row now, or I will this year. This will be the third year. And what that does is once you've hit that maximum, then all your co-pays go away, all your co-insurances go away. And although it's a little bit difficult getting there, because you're spending a lot of money up front. So for instance, I've just had this procedure. I'm going to have a lot of, I've started to see the bills come in. What will happen once I hit that maximum, then everything is handled for the rest of the year. I can just go to the pharmacy and pick up my, regular, heart medicine or whatever you get, and everything's no co-pays, everything's done. You just don't even have to think about it anymore. You just got to think about it on the front end when you're getting hit kind of hard and heavy. But at least once you get through it. But that's of course with your commercial plan and this and that. I will say that the very first cancer diagnosis year I had, it was the very first time that they'd offered CDHP plans. Those ones, the low deductible, low premium, high deductible, that's what it is. So that was a little bit of a scary one, because here I had this cancer diagnosis. No one knew what these plans were or how they were going to operate. And all I could think was, oh my gosh, here I've been so healthy, I'm a newlywed, and I've just bankrupted us because I was just taking a chance on this new plan, this type of plan. And but actually, as it turned out, they worked the same way. They still had out-of-pocket maximums. And so whatever your plan is, basically check your out-of-pocket maximum. Your insurance plan should calculate it automatically. But if you know you're spending a lot and you want to know where you are, go into your portal, go into your insurance profile, or call them and see where you are. There's usually a little bar graph that'll show you where you are in your out-of-pocket maximum. And if you're in a family plan, all of your family's spending goes toward that pot of out-of-pocket maximum for the year. And then it does go by calendar year, it'll flip over. But still, the closer you get and the earlier you get there, then that'll kind of help out for the rest of the year. Even though it was tough in the beginning, you'll start to feel that pinch less as the year goes on, when you don't have to pay all those small copays, big copays, monster co-insurance benefit, those things that you've got to come up out of pocket for. So now, also remember that you might still have things that are out of network or are not covered at all that you would still have to come out of pocket for, no matter what your out-of-pocket maximums are. So always pay attention to that. Make sure that whatever you're having done is still covered by your plan, because that still matters. So for now, pay attention to where you are in your out-of-pocket maximums, because the closer you get, the further you get away from having to pay all of that stuff as you go, especially for a big diagnosis like this one. So for now, go ahead and get on out there and get some good medicine. Maybe get some free good medicine, even if it's the hard way. And thanks for being here.